Broadcasting from the basement bunker beneath the Kello Radio studios. This is the fourth hour with Greg Belfrage, and I'm really glad you're along. The Elon Musk has shared a chart. The number of things that are going on that they are finding, I think, is just absolutely mind blowing. And I wanted to show you some of this today. This was. I'm going to share that. This is Laura Ingraham shared this. And he is showing a chart here that is showing a surge in non-citizen Social Security numbers. Take a look at this.
A lot of ways. And so that came up with a big list of stuff they're working on. You've heard some of that already, but this is what jumped out at us. When we saw these numbers,
and you'll see why.
What is this? In 21, you see 270,000 people. Goes all the way to 2.1 million in 24. These are non-citizens that are getting Social Security numbers.
Yeah,
listen to the crowd.
Chart.
Yeah, just this literally blew us away. Like, we went there to find fraud, and we found this by accident. And this
non-citizens getting Social Security numbers.
Yeah, this country's been great to us. My brother and sister all born in Spain. I'm pro-legal immigration. This is not political. This is not political. This is about America and the future of America.
This is about fraud, baby. This is about fraud and what's going on and who's been in charge, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. You see this. So as we're talking about this, there's a story over at justthenews.com. You've got Republican-led states removing hundreds of thousands of people from voter rolls, finding that non-citizens had registered. So you've got non-citizens who are getting Social Security numbers. You have got non-citizens who are registering to vote. There is going to be, I think, no end to this, finding this. So Idaho and Missouri took nearly 300,000 registrations off their voter rolls after finding inactive. Now, again, not all of these, I'm not suggesting all of these folks are non-citizens. Some of them inactive, some of them ineligible. Why would they be ineligible? Deceased. This is pretty crazy. So 300,000 registrations taken off the voter rolls. And this is after the president issued that executive order on election integrity last week. And he's offering assistance to states in maintaining their voter rolls. This is the executive order that is very much in the news today because you got the Democrats out there challenging this and in court. And that's the new battleground. The new battleground has been in court. And you see Democrats are doing this, doing everything they can to try to obstruct the president's agenda. And it's just mind-blowing stuff. So I don't want to get into that story too deeply. You can read additional details at justthenews.com. Liz Peek has got a story this morning also at foxnews.com talking about Elon Musk, and at this town hall in Wisconsin showing what I just showed you, that that was in the video that I just showed you was in Wisconsin, and he's showing that to Wisconsin voters. And the surge in non-citizen Social Security numbers. Again, you see a surge in Social Security number. The number of illegals who are receiving Social Security numbers. You see the surge in the number of non-citizens who are, registering to vote in elections. I think you come away with the inevitable conclusion, that this is all by design. What we're seeing here is, and it's really, I think, kind of upsetting. There are a couple of stories over at Breitbart that I wanted to share as well. And this is the story, and this is excuse me, she is the leader of National Rally over in France. And she is very much like Donald Trump in that she's trying to run for president. They're doing everything they can to keep her out. And so magistrates in Paris yesterday sentenced her to a 5-year ban from standing for any political office in France. Does this sound familiar to you? They are using the courts. Judges sided with demands from prosecutors to enact the ban immediately and for it to remain in place during any appeal. Does any of this sound familiar to you? It's going on in Paris versus what we saw happen against Donald Trump with courts trying to get in the way. So she is, Breitbart says, the undisputed frontrunner in the polls for the presidential race and not being allowed to run. And she said in an interview last evening, there are millions of French people who are indignant to an unimaginable point. Again, as Americans, I think Republicans watching this over in this country, any of this sound familiar to you? Judges have implemented practices that we believe reserved for authoritarian regimes, she said. It's pretty crazy as you see this unfold. So it's not only in the United States, you see those kinds of things that are unfolding in other countries now as well. And again, if you want to see all of the details on that, you can go to Breitbart. Okay, there was I'm not going to go long here, I think, this morning. There was one final thing that I wanted to share. This is a video from the New York Post. A Tesla owner confronts the man who was scrolling a swastika on his car. And the thing about Tesla is it's got cameras all over the place. So you see this guy's car door right here opening. He's going to get out. He's going to crouch down, look around. He didn't want to be seen. Oh, yeah, this guy's a real hero. Take a look at this. It's absolutely incredible. You don't hear anything here, but you will shortly. Scrolling a swastika on the car, and now he stands up. Yeah, what?
Give you some free service.
Free service? How about you pay for the repairs? Write a check. You just bought a Tesla.
I can wipe it off
No,
with a towel.
no,
It's not
no.
a key.
It is a
It was
hate crime,
it was
sir.
A crayon.
It is a hate crime.
Listen,
Did you write a swastika on
I'm
there?
sorry you're upset.
Did you write a swastika?
It didn't even work. Apparently it doesn't
Did
work.
you write a
The crayons
swastika
don't
on
work.
It's a key, sir. We see it on the video.
It's not a key.
Is it a
I was probably
swastika?
putting my keys in my
Is it a
pocket.
swastika?
Have you looked at your
Is
car?
it a
Is there a key
Yes.
mark?
Is it
It's
a
not-
swastika?
that's
It's at the
impossible.
police right now. It's being fingerprinted
What do you mean it's being fingerprinted?
because they're trying to track you down. Thankfully, Facebook tracked you down. So your business, your freaking livelihood, everything now,
Listen,
because you chose to write
Now
so
he's
you tell
sorry.
Facebook that you're sorry for writing a swastika on a Tesla.
Listen, I said I'm sorry.
For
Did
what?
it
I
upset you?
apologize. I have nothing against
For
your
what?
car, and I have nothing against you.
So why
Okay.
would you write a swastika on a Tesla?
Obviously, I have something against Elon Musk, but that's not the
So
way
Elon
to
Musk
show my.
owns that car because
No,
it was
he
bought
owns
and
the
paid
company.
for. It was bought and paid for a long time
That's
ago.
why it's misguided, and obviously, I did not intend to do this.
All right.
No, he intended to do it. This is and that's what's so incredible is that, oh, it's not what I intended. I didn't mean to do that. That's pretty much what you intended. That is pretty much what you intended to do. What you didn't intend was to get caught. You didn't, apparently you're unaware of a lot. This is what's amazing. Think about these Teslas. It's got cameras all over the place, right? So it's got cameras all over the place. And folks are apparently unaware of this, which is great. And so you wind up seeing this guy, here he is, real hero that he is, getting down and writing a swastika on a Tesla and walking away, feeling great about himself? That to me, that's a coward. That's an absolute coward who does something like this and then gets caught. And then he says, I apologize that this upset you. That's not an apology. I'm sorry this upset you. That's not the same as saying, you know what? I should never have done that. And eventually he got there. The more this guy dished out on him, the more he's like, hey, man, I think this was a rat caught in a trap. You can't go anywhere else. You're caught. That's it. That's it. And then finally, but that kind of thing just absolutely drives me absolutely crazy. And you see that if you looked at your car, it was a crayon. I mean, like somehow that's better. You can't even see it. And you could, honestly, whether the guy scratched the car, I don't know, whatever. Why would you do that anyway? Why would you draw that on a car? It's people that feel compelled to do that. They're motivated by hatred. That's what compels you to do it. You're motivated by hatred. Why don't you take a step back and take a moment and take a breath and say, why am I doing this? Is this smart? Is this a smart move? I'm just amazed at the number of people who don't stop and reflect on their actions. It's just absolutely crazy. Well, my friends, that's all. I'm afraid that's all I've got for you this morning. That's enough. After watching that guy, I'm like, man, it's just absolutely wild how these people try to justify their own behavior. It's incredible. So we'll leave it there. That's a wrap from the bunker today. You got to this point in the video. You are part of my gallery of champions. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that like button before you leave. I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, I'm underground and I'm gone.